So, good morning, everybody. I think we are live. So, it looks like just you and me at the moment, Vitali, but I have a feeling lots more people will come in any second now. It's one of the things I actually like about this morning live stream. People come, they're less people, which makes it much easier to deal with. And certainly makes it easier for me, because when there are a lot of people it's a little bit more complicated. Well, we'll see. I'm sure people are going to come in. Yeah, here we come. Numbers are starting to rise. 6, 7. Yeah, their machines are probably still connecting. So if you remember, we were doing, yeah, it's exactly time now, the clock's going. We were doing this article about gut feelings or gut instincts, and I think the conclusion was that if you know a lot about a subject, you should use your gut instinct about things. So Alexander, hello, and hello Panokiast and Shidam and Aditi. Good, here we go. So it's time to start. I did. If you look above Raman, I have explained it. To listen and act according to the advice of another person, you should pay heed to what your father is saying. So, Chudo, good to have you. And here we come. So, yeah, I'm very well indeed. Okay, this is actually the very last paragraph, and I probably should have done it last week, but I didn't realize it was the last one. And Vibes, good to have you. We missed you on Sunday, but you're here today. Okay, so let's see. Well, it's coming. This takes a little time. Okay. Over time, you may find it easier. This needs a 2. Sorry about that. So over time you may find it easier to diagnose, taste, discern, locate when you are receiving a genuine and accurate signal. Your gut feeling will never be completely foolproof, but with practice they can become an important guide. Okay, good evening Anna, great to have you again. So, over time you may find it easier to diagnose, taste, discern, locate when you are receiving a genuine and accurate signal. Your gut feelings will never be completely foolproof, but with practice they can become an important guide. Yes, I realised that, and thank you, Vitali. So we've got Discern from Vibes and Vitali. Hello, Lukash, and we've got Discern from Rahman as well. Okay, I don't think this one's so difficult. So good evening, Deep Chandra, and Aditi says Discern. Great to have you with us, Aditi. Okay, so I think this one's generally quite an easy one. To locate, but to locate something is to find where it is. I can't locate my telephone. Yeah. To taste, well, taste, yeah, this tastes delicious. Diagnose, this is more for a doctor. And hi Milba from Argentina. So wow, it must be really early in Argentina, probably sort of 8 a.m. or something like that. So the right answer here is discern, and I need an N. Okay, so to discern. Over time you may find it easier to discern, to notice when you are receiving a genuine signal. So good evening Chute, and good evening Santosh. No, good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Here it's morning. It's 11:30 where I am. Okay, so we're going to have a new article. This one is about regional accents, and so the first question is going to be really easy. Yeah, this talks about how if you have an accent from a certain place, then it makes it more difficult for you. Good afternoon, memories. Absolutely. The answer was right there in the title. I missed that one. Okay, so judgments about district, country, geographical, regional accents can impact candidates' hireability and pay. Is there a way to end this discrimination? Okay, so as we saw, we've got regional for Vives and Vitali. Okay, this article is talking about people discrimination against people because they've got a regional accent, and regional for Venzigan as well. Okay, that's good. I think this one is reasonably regional for Aditi as well. In the UK, there are lots of regional accents. Foolproof. Foolproof is spelt as one word. This question of one word or hyphened or two words, as a foolproof idea as an adjective, I would be happier with one word. Yeah, I would say you can also use it as two. So, hide your hat, and memory says regional. Accent is the way that you talk. Yeah, the way that you sound. So I'm sure in India, a Tamil accent is very different from an accent from Punjab or from other regions. So people are speaking the same language, but the way they speak it sounds different. Yeah, so for example, you have an RP accent, which is mine, or in London, I want a glass of water. I want a glass of water. These are different accents. Dog-tired means exhausted, very, very tired. So, regional accents, very definitely. To find common ground, to find something that that two different people agree on. So we need to find common ground. Things that we agree about as opposed to things that we disagree about. And regional for Abdesalam. Good afternoon, Abdel. And P, no problem. You're only a couple of minutes late. It's not a problem. So, let's see. At age 22, Gav Murphy was fairly grey, blue, red, green. He was living outside Wales for the first time, working in his first job in media production in London. So, to kick the bucket, to die. Okay, here he's saying Gav Murphy was fairly inexperienced. Yeah? So, at age 22, Gavin Murphy, was fairly grey, blue, red, green. He was living outside Wales for the first time, working in his first job in media production in London. Okay, so we're starting to get some answers. We've got green from Vitali, grey from Raman, green from Aditi, and grey from Ven as well. Okay, this is the colour we use to mean inexperienced. Okay, and Patricia goes for green. Means when. Okay, so if somebody's very inexperienced, in English we say they are unexperienced. Normally we say inexperienced. INEXPERIENCED. Normally inexperienced. So Ven's changed to green. Good afternoon. I'm glad you enjoy them, Abdel. So if somebody's inexperienced in English, we say they are green. Yeah, somebody who's green is somebody who's inexperienced. Yeah, he's very green. This is the idea of the new shoots or a new plant that starts growing, and it normally has a very intense colour. And Abdel goes for green as well. That's the right answer, green. So he's very green. Notice also in English we also associate green with envy. I notice that most Mediterranean languages associate yellow with envy, but green with envy. So, hello Chute. His South Wales Valley's accent was very thick, wide, dense, fat, broad, he recalls. He'd say the rather than that, for instance, but he was perfectly intelligible. So, that's quite interesting. So we got a couple of answers. You call them the same here in Argentina. So, eres porteño, Milba? Me pregunto. Okay, so his South Wales Valley accent. South Wales accent is quite strong. Boyo. Aditi goes for thick. And Patricia goes for thick as well. We've got Vitali, he first went for thick and then went for broad. And Rahman's gone for broad. Wet behind the ears. Oh, I like that. Green, wet behind the ears. That's a really good idiom. Wet behind the ears. If I haven't got a video of that, I'm definitely going to make it. Abdel Salam goes for thick and Chute goes for thick. This is interesting. Okay, so firstly, we don't say a wide accent. Yeah, a wide range. Hello, Roland. A dense accent. We don't say a dense accent either. And we don't say a fat accent. And I personally think that both broad and thick are fit. I think one of them is less complimentary than the other, and I think the other is probably more used. And here, the right answer is a thick accent. Yeah? I think you could also... Not really, from the great Buenos Aires. Okay. So, broad. I think you could also use broad as well. But a thick accent. I think thick is certainly more common. He has a very thick accent. It means that he has a very strong accent. Thick. Yes, thick is the word, Milba. It's the one I'm going to. Roland goes for thick and broad, and you'd be absolutely right there, Roland. Yeah, so a thick accent. You love British accents, says Chute. So you got your cake and ate it again. Yes, I personally like thick more than broad, but somebody could have a broad accent. Yet, however, a senior colleague governing, controlling, running, overseeing his work insisted Murphy change his accent, so all the broadcasters sounded uniform on air. "You can't sound like this," Murphy says the old Englishman told him. The older Englishman told him. "You'll find it easier to do this if you just change your accent in real life." So, yet, however, a senior colleague governing, controlling, running, overseeing his work insisted Murphy change his accent, so all the broadcasters sounded uniform on air. "You can't sound like this," Murphy says the older Englishman told him. "You'll find it easier to do this if you just change your accent." A broad forehead, I love it. Okay, yeah, broad. broad-minded as well, Patricia. So we've got various answers here. Vitali's gone for overseeing, Raman's gone for running, Anna's gone for overseeing, Aditi's gone for overseeing, Abdes, I keep calling you Abdel and it's not, it's Abdelasalam. Abdes goes for controlling, and high lesson. So, insisted that Murphy change. Yes, that's very, very good vibes. I hadn't noticed it. Exactly. Insisted that he change. Insisted that he should change. I love that. It's a good piece of analysis vibes. Okay, this guy's big-headed, very definitely. Patricia goes for overseeing, and so does Roland. Okay, so, governing. No, a political party governs. Lesun goes for overseeing as well. Governing his work, no. I think maybe the steering committee of a company governs the company, or the board of directors governs the company. Roland says oversee, supervise. Controlling his work. I guess it might fit, but it's not very good. Running his work. Normally you run a company, you run a department. And very clearly here the best answer is overseeing. Yeah? Overseeing. No, overseeing. Yeah, so to oversee, to watch something and make sure that everything's all right. Yeah, I think if you oversee, you just check that people are doing the right thing. And I think this is very good. Also, be careful, though, of the word an oversight, because oversight can be something that you forget. Yes, Milva, definitely. Overseeing for Milva. A doubting Thomas, somebody who does not believe something that is true. And somebody who shall remain nameless is asking their own questions. Yes. Okay, a broad accent. Yes, you could say a broad accent, Patricia, although I would say a thick accent. Okay, and we go to the next one. Next one's reasonably easy as well. With a bit of luck, in a couple, some of the later ones are a bit harder. Okay, so yeah, this guy had a very thick accent, and he said you can't sound like this. You've got to sound different. And here, it's probably true. So, hi Tatty. And the effects were away-reaching, off-reaching, long-reaching, far-reaching. It sort of broke my brain a little, says Murphy. I thought about literally every single thing I was saying. Literally, every time I was saying it. And it's a very difficult thing to change your accent. But in the UK, if you don't speak with an RP accent, it takes away from your status. It's a sad truth, but in the UK, broad the lady. Abroad the lady. Okay, I get it now, Patricia. Okay, so we got far for Vitali, for vibes, for Roland says far-reaching, so does Aditi, so does Abdes, and so does Tati as well. So, let's see. Away-reaching. No, we don't use this away-reaching. Off-reaching. No. We do, however, use this word long-reaching. Yeah. I think something that's long-reaching lasts for a very long time. Accent. Okay, yes, vibes. Accent. I would normally say accent, and Patricia goes for far-reaching as well, and so does Milba. I need to take a bit more time to let all of the answers come in. Okay, so something that's far-reaching. Something that's far-reaching has wide effects. It has effects on many different things. So Gobard, I like that. Something that's far-fetched, yeah, is very weird. Far-reaching effects. It affects many different things. So the effects of COVID have been very far-reaching. Not only have people got ill, but it's affected our economy, it's affected the way that we work, it's affected attitudes. Okay, so it's really been quite a far-reaching thing. Okay, let me put the next one up. Yeah, long-reaching talks about in time. Yeah, although that's not very common. Yeah, far-reaching implications. That's a very good collocation, Roland. I like it a lot. Yeah, this has very far-reaching implications. Yeah, it has far-reaching effects. The new law is very far-reaching. It was just laborious. He developed a hybrid accent that had some people wondering if he was a Canadian or Australian, and led to his mates in Wales bantering, joking, provoking, teasing, sneering him about how posh he sounded. So, let's see. Notice, he developed a hybrid accent that had some people wondering. So to have somebody doing something, this is a causative. This had is a causative. This hybrid accent made people wonder. Okay, you mistyped it before, Vibes. I wondered why you'd taken it back. Okay, so his mates in Wales bantering, joking, provoking, teasing, sneering about how posh he sounded. So let's see. What preposition would you put with bantering? Why doesn't joking fit? Think about the preposition with joking. Provoking him. To provoke somebody is to try to make them angry. So he tried to provoke me, he tried to make me angry by saying rude things about my family. Teasing, is there a preposition? Have somebody do something, causative. That's the idea, Vibes. Teasing, does that take a preposition? Banter with, that's good. To banter with him. And to sneer, what about a preposition for sneer as well? I think bantering with him, bantering with him, you would definitely need a with. Sneer at, that's very good, Roland. Yeah. Yes, we use banter with, definitely, Gobar. So bantering with him, I think they might say banter, to banter, to joke with. Yeah, banter is chit-chat going between different people. Teasing with, I wouldn't use with teasing. Good morning, Ronan, great to have you. To sneer at, for Vitali, for Patricia, and for Gobar, that's very good. You don't joke somebody, you joke about something. So if there was no him, no problem, Ronan, you can watch the recording. So joking, if there was no him, joking about how posh he sounded. Provoke somebody into doing some provoking him into reacting. Teasing him, you tease somebody about something. You sneer at, pa, pa, pa. So, the right answer here is tease plus object, yes. And the object is a person. To tease somebody about something. So, let me put the next one up. Ooh. No worries, Aaron. You can watch the recording afterwards. So to joke about something, that's the idea exactly. Great to have you, Mohammed Abul. So that's good. We're getting more people in the mornings now. We're up to 27. That's pretty good. Foreign accent discrimination is rampant, riotous, wild, luxuriant, rearing in professional settings. But discrimination can also extend to certain native speakers of a language because of the judgments attached to particular accents. Yes, tease, definitely Milba. Very definitely. Yeah, so we're starting to get some answers. No problem with Muthal. You can watch Muthal. You can watch later. Okay, so foreign accent discrimination is rampant, riotous, wild, luxuriant rearing in professional settings. Okay, in Spain it's almost midday. Yeah. And in Argentina it's 6:30 in the morning. Okay, so we've got quite a few answers here. What would riotous mean in this sentence if we used riotous? Hi Emma Watson, no problem at all. Okay, so we've got rampant for Vitali, for Roland, for Patricia, for Aditi, for Muthal. Notorious in professional settings. Yes, notorious would definitely fit Roland. So enjoy your praying, Mohammed. And rearing for Muthal. Rampant for Abdesalam. Okay. So, what would riotous mean in this context? And what is the meaning of luxuriant? And how would you use rearing in this? Riotous crowds, but notice as well, Vitali, I think riotously funny. Yeah, he told some riotous stories. Is riotous in professional settings? I guess yes, riotous crowds, but be careful of this riotous meaning something that's very very funny. A notorious politician. Rearing. So it's the in Muthal doesn't go. Let's see. To rear is to stand up on its back legs. So we could use rearing if we used is rearing its ugly head. Yeah. So to rear is when a horse stands up on its back legs. So we could say is rearing its ugly head is appearing in professional settings. A riot for colour is riotous. I like that use, Patricia. That's a very good one. Luxuriant, lush. I love it. Yeah, luxuriant means something that grows very strongly. So I've got a pretty luxuriant beard. Well, it's cut a bit shorter at the moment. And hi there, Jahantu. Okay, so if something is rampant, which is the right answer, it's absolutely everywhere. Crime is rampant in this district. Drugs are rampant within this society. Yeah. Corruption is rampant in political circles. Yes, okay. Rear end of the body, the rump would be the ear end. Boisterous or uncontrolled, uproarious. Notice boisterous and uproarious have this idea of funny as well. Luxuriant hair, luxuriant forest, luxuriant growth. Rampant, rife. I like that. Rife is a very good synonym for this. It goes absolutely everywhere. Unchecked and uncontrolled. I like it as well, Aditi. That's a very good synonym. Hello, Madajarat. So, okay, so definitely it's rampant. Maybe it's rearing its ugly head, but that's a different meaning. If something rears its ugly head, it's something bad that starts to appear. Okay, while many employers are becoming very sensitive to other types of bias, accent bias remains challenging to root out, uproot, dig up, unearth, uproot. But it doesn't have to be this way. So, while many employers are becoming sensitive to this, very sensitive to other types of bias, accent bias remains challenging to root out, uproot, dig up, unearth, uproot. Aha, I put uproot twice, so let's get rid of one of these. But it doesn't have to be this way. Okay, so let's see. What did Patricia say there? Unbridled. Yes, rampant. I like that, unbridled. That's definitely a good one. So, to dig up. Well, if something is buried in the ground, you dig it up. Yeah, my dog buried a bone and it dug it up. Yeah. So, let's see. We've got definitely various answers. And root out for Vitali, for Madrat. Root out means to remove something completely. Root out or robot out, or root out for Anna. Root out for Aditi. Patricia goes for uproot. And Anna's taken the B out of root out. Hijda, good up morning Hijda, means has said root out, and Emma's said root out as well. The threat of a big price rise once again has raised its ugly head, and Milva's gone for root out as well. And Abdeles Salam goes for dig up. I think this is quite interesting. So, and Hijda goes for uproot. So to dig up, if something is buried, you dig it up. Yeah? I think we usually use this verb unearth, meaning to discover. Yeah? We could say archaeologists unearthed the remains of an Egyptian temple. Yeah? Unearth normally meet with the idea of to discover. Unearth a treasure. Very definitely, Patricia. Okay, so uproot. I think uproot probably works. But for me, uproot, you uproot a plant, you pull it out. Yeah? So I think uproot works, but to root out is much better. To eradicate, as Vitali says, to get rid of. Yeah, we want to root out prejudice. We want to root out bias. You dig up something that's buried in the ground. To dig up, I guess you could use it meaning to discover, Aaron, definitely. Off the mark means not correct, a long way from the right answer. Uproot the problem, I would prefer root out the problem. Yeah, an unpleasant situation. Let's see, I think uproot works, Patricia, but I think root out is a better word. To root out, to get rid of a situation. You don't want to do something anymore. You're bored and tired of it, Hijet. We went to root out corruption from our world. That's a good example, Aaron. Okay, I'm going to try one more. So, to root out. Yeah, if we could only root out corruption, it would be a great thing for our society. Okay, we're definitely going to do another one. I like the next one. So, be whereath. Hi. Unearth, to discover, to bring to light. Uproot a problem doesn't work. It's not idiomatic. I'm much happy with uproot a plant, or maybe to uproot a family. Yeah, we we were uprooted by the war and had to go to a different place. Okay, lazy listeners, whether they realize it or not, people infer a great deal about someone from the way they speak. People make assumptions not only about a person's geographical origins, but potentially also their class background, from a giveaway, smack, chant, taste, clang, twang, or lilt, for example. And Vitaly, I'd be very grateful for a definition of this word lilt as well. So, okay. You can uproot somebody from their place. I don't really think you uproot a problem. So, this one's an interesting one. Okay, so let me read it again. Lazy listeners. People are lazy listeners. Whether they realize it or not, people infer a great deal about someone from the way they speak. People make assumptions not only about a person's geographical origins, but potentially also their class background, from a giveaway, something that gives the clue, a giveaway smack, chant, taste, clang, twang, or lilt. So let's see, twang for Vitaly, twang for Hidjet, but then Hidj goes for smack as well, to smack of. Ooh, a lilt of Irish laughter. I love it, Patricia. Lilt is the meter of the voice, the cadence of the voice, the way it sounds. I clanged the bell. Clang, clang, clang. Okay, a giveaway smack. Patricia's gone for twang as well. Lilt, cadence. Thank you very much, Vitaly. Yeah? I twanged the guitar. Twang. Okay, I'm going to give you a clue. Smack is not the answer. Normally we use the phrase to smack of. And Aditi goes for twang as well. So it has a taste of, it feels like, I get a gut feeling about it. So what he's telling us smacks of being a lie. Yeah, it smacks of the untruth. We've got twang for Aditi and Emma Watson as well. Lilt, sing, a songy quality of pitch. Yes, a sing-songy quality of pitch. Exactly. Okay, so yes, lilt, the cadence. I love it, Milba. That's really good. A twang. So it's good morning here. Yes, it's good morning just about. A Cockney twang. That's absolutely right. You could also have a Cockney lilt. And I think maybe twang and lilt are... Smack means hit, but notice, Emma, to smack of, to taste of, to feel like, to have a feel of. The way your voice goes up and down. I love it. That's a great definition, Vitaly. Yeah, I remember at school there was a guy we used to call Twang because he had a very country twang to his voice. A giveaway air. Yes, you can use air, but air vibes is more visual. Yeah? It's more something that affects how you see. To smack a kiss, a smacker on the cheek. To spank or to hit on the back, yes. Okay, but to smack of, to have a taste of, to have a feeling of. So, to twang, this is onomatopoeia. Twang! Yeah, he's twanging on his guitar. So the right answer here is twang. Yeah? You chant, maybe a crowd chants, we want more, we want more. That's chanting. Taste, a taste of. I guess, but it's not very good. Clang, no. Clang doesn't work here at all. And then twang, definitely. So a twang is a little taste. Yeah, twang is definitely the answer. And I think we're going to leave it there for today. Okay, to sink. Glug, 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 glug. The boat sang. The Titanic sank. Or the sink can be where you wash your hands as well. So thank you all for coming. Yeah, a Texan twang. That's perfect. Yeah. A nasal sound. It's not necessarily nasal, but it could be a nasal twang or a nasal lilt. People from Birmingham in the UK have a very nasal lilt or a very nasal twang. Yeah. Gustatory taste. So thank you all for coming. That's the end for today. So Chuchi, nice to see you, Chuchi. Thank you for coming, Vitali. Thank you for all the help. Sink or swim. Either find a way to do it or fail miserably. Thank you for coming, Emma. It's been great to have you. Toodle pip, Vitali. Maybe I will definitely be here on Sunday evening again. Sink or die, sink or swim. That's the idea. So thank you all for coming. You've been a brilliant group as always. I like this morning group. It's quite relaxed and with not so many people. So take care, all of you. I will leave the chat on for a little bit, and you've been a wonderful group as always. Well done. Good work. You've done very well.